Hello there, welcome to my views and news. 2 days ago, viewers, Amhara regional president held a meeting in a major city of the Gojam zone. An ENDF general was there to both talk to people there as if everything was returning to normalcy in that city, in the zone. But clashes erupted between Fano and military this morning in the city. Secondly, Eritrean opposition groups in Ethiopia. How many were they? Are they being reactivated? Who is leading them? Is Eritrea concerned? What about any link between Brigade Nehamedo and Ethiopian government? Rumors going around, unconfirmed reports being shared by some news outlets. I have details for you and some information from the ground for you. Let's start with a new story from the Amhara region. 2 days ago, new Amhara president held a meeting in Debre Markos, main city in Gujum. He and General Tassima, who is a Lieutenant General of Ethiopian National Defense Force, held joint discussions with people of Debre Markos. They briefed the people, asked people to support military in the operation against Fano fighters. They use the term extremists for Fano fighters. I did a video on that. If you remember, I said the Janel and Araga Kabbe, they arrived in Debre Markos by air. They used a helicopter because roads leading to Debre Markos are not safe for travel. Ethiopian military convoys are frequently ambushed by Fano fighters along the roads leading to Debre Markos. And Debre Markos has seen infiltration of Fano fighters several times in the past 2 to 3 months. We have seen heavy clashes in Debre Markos more than 2 weeks ago. Then Fano fighters retreated. Now this morning again some Fano fighters managed to enter Debre Markos. These minutes when I am recording this video, clashes are ongoing between Ethiopian military and Fano fighters in the outskirts and inside Debre Markos city. I have confirmed that Fano fighters are inside the town. They want to send a message to the people that it's not that Fano fighters are away from the city. If Amhara president has visited the region, it does not mean Fano is no more. Fano is here. So don't think of supporting the government. And secondly, obviously, message to the government too that Fano is there. Let's see, will the Fano fighters try to take control of the city, which is not very likely. Whenever they enter cities, they mostly enter cities to achieve some objectives. They want to send messages to people. Sometimes they kill people in target killing, those who are supporting the government. They attack police stations, they free prisoners, they attack ammunition depots and get ammunition from government depots. These are generally their objectives when they hit town cities. When they enter towns. Let's see what happens this time. So far, what we have been able to confirm, clashes ongoing in Debre Markos city between Fano and military. Secondly, was very important news story, Eritrean opposition groups. While in Ethiopia, while we're seeing tensions rise between Ethiopia and Eritrea after PM Abiy's speech about the Red Sea, there are fears that Ethiopia and Eritrea could revert to proxy war. Both have been involved in proxy war for years. When EPRDF was in power, led by TPLF, Ethiopian government backed, armed, trained several opposition Eritrean groups. Eritrea did the same. Eritrea was hosting OLF leaders. It was hosting people like Brhano Naga, Andergacho Sege. It was hosting Damhit fighters too. It trained them, armed them. Ethiopia back then, led by EPRDF, also formed organizations anti-Eritrea, or you can say Eritrean opposition organizations. Two very prominent organizations were Rasado and KDO. Rasado, a Red Sea Afar democratic organization, mainly consisted of Red Sea Afars, mainly based in the Afar region of Ethiopia. KDO, Kunama Democratic Organization, consisted of the people, Kunama tribe people. Ethiopia trained them, armed them. I think Rasado was stronger and bigger than KDO. But things changed. In 2018, we saw reconciliation, rapprochement between Ethiopia and Eritrea. PM Abiy and Isaias Afwerki signed trilateral agreements with involvement of Somalia too, and some bilateral agreements too. And after that, the activities of these opposition organizations decreased. When Eritrea joined the war in Ethiopia, it wanted to crush TPLF, obviously. At the same time, it wanted to crush these Eritrean opposition groups, which were based in Ethiopia. So KDO was targeted by Eritrean military, which entered Ethiopia after Tigray conflict, during Tigray conflict. And KDO chief Kiranios Usman was arrested by Eritrean military today, reportedly. And the whereabouts of Kiranios Usman are still unknown. Most say that he was taken to Eritrea by Eritrean military. And Kunama Democratic Organization was largely disbanded, largely. We don't know who is leading the organization now. Rasado managed to survive. Rasado was led by Ibrahim Harun, based in Afar, though an attempt was made to arrest Ibrahim Harun. I think more than a year ago, an attempt was made to arrest Ibrahim Harun in Afar region. I did a video, I remember. In summer, I think, federal forces tried to arrest him. Ibrahim Harun was heavily protected. He has his own bodyguards. He was taken to a police station. Later, he was released. Members of Rasado, they went into hiding. They scattered, they mixed with locals. It's difficult to differentiate between Ethiopian affairs and Eritrean affairs. They mixed up with the local Afar herdsmen. But Rasado managed to survive. Rasado has presence in diaspora too, abroad as well. I don't know about KDO. Now it is being reported that Rasado could start reorganizing itself. Some go to the extent of claiming that Rasado is already reorganizing itself. I won't say that. I'm in the process of verifying this information. What I have learned is that Rasado could try to reorganize itself. Obviously, if it reorganizes, it would be with the backing of Ethiopian government. It will reorganize on Ethiopian territory in the far region of Ethiopia. Eritrea obviously concerned, and it is being claimed by a news outlet that Eritrean government has written a letter to military officials to be careful about the activities of Eritrean opposition groups based abroad in Ethiopia. I don't know. I don't have any such verified information. But what I learned from the ground in Afar is that Rasado could reorganize itself. I will try to update you in coming videos, in coming days about Rasado's activities. What about KDO's activities? No activities so far. Ibrahim Harun of Resado is in Ethiopia in Afar reportedly. What about Eritrean activists' accusations that Ethiopia is backing Brigade Nehamado? For the last 2 days, we have been seeing these claims that Ethiopia is backing Brigade Nehamado, and Barakat Simon is negotiating, has been supporting Brigade Nehamado members on behalf of Ethiopia. Barakat Simon was in prison. He was released a few months ago. We don't know if he's working with Prosperity Party or not, but I think he has some Eritrean background. Barakat Simon, I think his family is from Eritrea, if I am not wrong. Is he working with Prosperity Party? We don't know. But if you remember, when Eritrea accused Mossad, Israeli intelligence agency, of backing anti-Eritrea opposition elements in a statement a few weeks ago, back then Eritrean government said Mossad, Israeli intelligence agency, and some other intelligence agencies were backing these non-Eritrean groups which were involved in attacks on Eritrean festivals abroad. Details were not made public by Eritrean government. It was said that details would be made public at the right time. So, is Ethiopian intelligence agency involved in backing Brigade Nehamado? We don't know, but Tigrayan support Brigade Nehamado. I know that. Everyone knows, I think. Tigrayan support Brigade Nehamado, and Tigrayan's Tigray leadership is on the same page with Ethiopian federal government. The Ethiopian federal government can reach Brigade Nehamado through Tigrayan diaspora. It's not difficult. Is Barakat Simon working on behalf of PP? I don't know. But that just shows the level of mistrust between the two parties now. That talk of Ethiopia backing Eritrean opposition groups and vice versa. You'll see the same too. Eritrea, by the way, will not sit idle. Eritrea activated Somalis. You saw that Somalia's government issued a statement raising concerns about its territorial integrity and sovereignty. Who is behind Somalia? Eritrea, obviously. So once again, Ethiopia-Eritrea relations are plunging into proxy war. Proxy diplomatic war, or you can say Cold War between the two countries. Cold War is on the cards, it seems. Let's hope this Cold War does not turn into large-scale actual war in the battlefield. By the way, Isaias Afwerki gave very high hopes to Ethiopian PM Abiy when the two signed peace deals in 2018. Back then, Isaias Afwerki was heard saying that he had given all powers to Ethiopian PM Abiy about Massawa, about Assab, about Tessane, and both will work together. A clip is being shared of Isaias Afwerki. I think it's from 2018. The clip shows Isaias Afwerki talking to Ethiopian PM Abiy publicly, saying that he had given all powers to Abiy about Massawa, about Assab, etc. Obviously, that was a political statement. Back then, Isaias wanted to forge alliance with the Prosperity Party, which was anti-TPLF. Things changed after Pretoria deal. Take a listen to what Isaias Afwerki said in 2018, talking to Ethiopian people publicly. Thanks for watching.